Damn, smooth.
YouTube, what up? It's your boy Wavy Crockett. This video, man, it's gonna be a quick video on training your hair. Training your hair. So what is training your hair? Basically is woofing and learning how to woof the right way and be able to train your hair at different lengths. Because that's all woofing is, man. It's just training your hair. It's getting the first layer to lay down, getting the second layer to lay down, getting the third layer to lay down, and cutting it. That's all it is. So let's get right into it. Alright, YouTube, so what is woofing? Woofing is growing your hair out past the extended time that you normally get a cut. And so what woofing does is it creates layers. So you got your fresh cut, and then after you go, if you get a haircut every 2 weeks, that third week, you are considered woofing. And what woofing will do, it will help your whole entire pattern. It will help with your crown, it will help with your connections, it will help with your depth. But you gotta know how to do it the right way. You gotta know how to do it the right way. You can't just be packing your hair with pomade. You can't be packing your hair with all type of stuff. You gotta know what you're doing when you're woofing, because if you start over woofing, you can lose progress. Yes, there is a thing called over woofing, and you can lose progress, you can lose definition, and it can mess up your pattern because it'll start, your hair will be too wild and it's not trained, and your hair will be all over the place, and it'll be growing over different waves, and you'll be creating forks and creating all type of problems in your pattern. So when you training your hair, let's say you get a fresh 1.5 with the grain. So if you get a haircut every 2 weeks, that third week you are woofing. So what you need to be doing, you need to be brushing the mess out of your head, out of that 1.5, to train that 1.5, that first layer, to lay down, because that's what's gonna help you in your woof in the long run. That's what's gonna help you. Because if you can get the first layer to lay down, that second layer, when you're woofing, is gonna wanna lay down, and so on and so forth. That's why we work with the 3 brushes, hard, medium, and soft. That's why we work those, because when we get higher in the weeks of woofing, that hard brush has got to get down to that first layer, and it needs to pull it before we can get it all laid down. I'm gonna be like all the other wavers. Oh, I want to woof for 11 weeks. I want to woof for 15 weeks. No. When you first starting off, man, just try to go 4 weeks. You know, try to go 4 weeks. Go 4 weeks and cut a solid 2. You know, if you're a coarse hair waver, you know, probably want to cut down to like a 2. If you're super coarse, you probably can go as low as a 1.5. But if you're a straight hair waver, I wouldn't cut nothing lower than probably a 3. Especially because straight hair wavers, man, they have to woof for a long time because their curl is higher. Just like a coarse hair waver, our curl is lower. You know, we probably could see some waves after, you know, at about probably a 2, you know, you can see some type of ripples or something. So that's what we gotta do, man. We gotta learn how to train our hair. Find what products work for you. Find what products work for you. Everybody's hair is different. Everybody's hair reacts different to different products. Somebody can give you a suggestion of what they use, but find what works for you, because that will definitely help you in your woofing too. You know, this moisturizer might help your hair stay moisturized for longer, but you've been trying to use this other one that's not working for you. So find what works for you. The brush is what's gonna train your hair. The brush is what's gonna train your hair. The products is just gonna keep your hair moisturized, but this is gonna train it. This right here is what you need. You need your hard, medium, and soft. And that's what's gonna train your hair. That's what's gonna get you right. You gotta do it, man. Products, like we always say, is common. Products don't get you waves, they just enhance. So they help your hair get moisturized, they help it with a shine. But once your hair is trained, you solid, bro. Or sister, you solid. You solid. So make sure you brushing Make sure you training your hair at all stages. All stages. Another thing, so after you train your hair and you've been woofing for 4 weeks and you cut your hair, coarse hair, let's say you cut your hair at a 2, woof another 4 to 6. Try to go an extra 2 more weeks. So you woof 4, try to go 4 to 6 from that 2 with the grain, and then cut your hair at a 2.5. So now we're training our hair at different levels. We haven't cut down to that 1.5 yet, like we did the first time. Now we're woofing up higher levels and higher weeks. So that's why I say it's levels to it. So then after you cut that 2.5, woof. Try to go 6 to 8, but maximum 4, and then cut down to that 2. And now you're gonna see your waves is trained at a 2 with the grain, easy. And it is trained at a 1.5, but we don't wanna cut past our curl. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't wanna cut, not past, you don't wanna cut lower than your curl. So don't cut a 1.5 after a long woof. If you know that's right where your curls start to curl, you wanna give your hair some slack. Give your hair some slack. You know what I'm saying? Cut at a 2. If your hair starts to get its curl up at a 1.5, cut at a 2, and you'll see progress. That's why we always stress in the wave game, don't cut out your progress. If you've been woofing for this long, for 4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, do not cut too low. Keep your hair at a good stage. If you're coarse, keep it at a 2, try to keep it at a 2. I know some barbers be like, yeah, they ain't gonna cut nothing off. I don't care. I'm training my hair. I'll let you know when I'm ready for that 1.5 again. You know what I'm saying? So train your hair. Train your hair. Like, subscribe. Wavy Cracker signing out.